Ladies and gentlemen, fanboys and fangirls, you have tuned into the New Release Wednesday show. Thank you for checking us out. We really appreciate it. If you're tuning in, it's because you're interested in what comic books are coming out this Wednesday, what books you should be picking up. Well, we're going to break it down with the top 3 from 3 because this is the show where myself, your host, a cosplayer, and a comic employee or comics creator digs through all the books and delivers our picks. So here we go. We're going to kick it off with Lucid Cosplay. That's my girl Brandy. She's going to give you her picks. Painted Vision store manager Adam Martin, one of my favorite guys in the DC area, delivering you the best comics out there. And we're going to kick it off right now. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Brandy Gibson, aka Lucid Cosplay, and I'm here this week to give you my top 3 picks for New Release Wednesday. My first one is one that I hope that kids are going to be able to read. It's actually touted as such, and it's Bizarro #1 by Heath Carson, and art is by Gustavo Durante. Pretty much, if you know absolutely nothing about Bizarro, just know that he is the mirror image of Superman, or at least he's supposed to be. So everything that he says is going to be reversed, so it always has a little bit of humor in it. He kind of sounds a little hookish when he talks. His pronouns not so proper. Me, Bizarro. Bizarro, no like Wednesday. But he does. He loves New Release Wednesdays. So if you want something that's going to be fun, kind of cutesy for the kids, I'd definitely say let's go with Bizarro #1. My second pick for New Release Wednesday is Baltimore, Cult of the Red King. That one is Mike Mignola and Chris Golden. If you haven't heard anything about this, this has actually been an ongoing series since 2007. If you have not gotten into it, don't fret. This is actually a mini-series, so it's 5 issues. This is number 2. Lord Baltimore is a monster hunter. He's not quite human himself at this point, but he's not allowed to die yet because he has other things that he's got to do. And right now, there is a cult that is worshiping what is pretty much the god before all gods. And the more these people worship, the closer he gets to waking up. And we don't want this guy waking up. This is the Red King. This is the ultimate evil. It's kind of a horror bit. Mike Mignola also did Hellboy. They've done BPRD. All great reads, so I'm really excited to get into this one. My last pick for New Release Wednesday. Okay, I always bring you something from a guy that I really, really love, and I have loved Peter David's work for a really long time. He has done some incredible things. He's been around forever, and back in 1992, when many of you were wee babes, not quite reading comics yet, he did Future Imperfect, which was a story about the Hulk and what happens when he hulks out and he is nothing but evil. So again, we're bringing it back with the miniseries. This one is going back to Battle World. You have Hulk, who is now in charge again as Maestro, and he's got some people that you wouldn't quite expect to be leading the charge in this new revolution to take him down. We're going to be seeing a little bit from Ruby Summers, who is the daughter of Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, and Emma Frost, aka the White Queen. Again, he's done so much. If you liked any of his Spider-Man stuff, Marvel 1602, I could go on and on. Peter David is amazing, and he's had a lot of stuff going on personally with him in the last couple years, so I'm really excited that he's back. I'm really happy that he's back and grateful that he's back because he's a fantastic writer. So those are my top 3 picks for New Release Wednesday. Did I say it enough? New Release Wednesday. Ah!
All right, what's going on, guys? This is Patrick, and here are my picks for the New Release Wednesday of June 3rd, 2015. There was a lot of great books coming out this week, so had to, kind of throw it up in the air, write it down on a piece of paper, throw it up in the air, and see which stuck, and these are my picks. So check them out, but still come out to the shop and check out all these other great books that are out there. So first up, I have Giant Size Little Marvel AvX. Giant Size Little Marvel AvX from Marvel Comics. Scotty Young is my man on there. He's writing, he's illustrating. He does these really super cool deformed versions of our Marvel characters, and he's doing it on the AvX platform. He's done a couple of other little versions and series. He did the Oz series for Marvel, and he's done some crazy cool covers, and I think he did one other little cool little Avengers type skip book. But this new one is capitalizing on that AvX thing that happened not too long ago in the Marvel Universe where Avengers were pitted against the X-Men. So now we're getting the little version of it from Scotty Young. Awesome stuff. You're going to want to check it out. It's super cute, y'all. All right, next up. This was hard to pick, guys. Breaking it down to my number 1 and number 2. My second pick is Archie number 666. Yes, it's the Mark of the Devil, but it's also because it's the end of Archie as we know it, because they're going to be rebooting that storied comic with a brand new series from Mark Waid and Fiona Staples that you know from Saga, which I'm really excited for. But to wind it down, in Archie 666, we're getting a ton of the awesome creators that have been involved with Archie throughout the years. They're going to really give us a flashback of what they've done throughout the history of the Archie universe. We're going to get a really cool send-off to that awesome storylines. Tom DeFalco is one of the amazing writers contributing. We have Pat Kennedy on some art chores, and Dan Parent, who has been one of the instrumental guys rebuilding this whole Archie universe as we know it. It's going to be a great send-off. I can't wait to check it out and then launch it into the new Archie number 1, where Riverdale is not going to be the same with Mark Waid and Fiona Staples. Archie 666, check it out. And for my top pick, one of my favorite cartoons in the 90s was a cartoon by the name of Batman Beyond. It took a future version of the DC Universe and Batman to a whole nother level. It was awesome. It was super cool. Throughout the years after that cartoon, we had some pretty cool installments of Batman Beyond comic books. But now, after Convergence, because we've been getting a lot of big epic storylines going on in DC, they are going to give us the definitive Batman Beyond within the DC Universe, with Batman Beyond number 1 written by Dan Jurgens, and on the art chores, my man Bernard Chang. It looks really cool. Right now, it kicks off with Justice League of that time period missing, and Bruce off somewhere as well. The villains are essentially now in power. The heroes that came before failed in their mission, and how does our Batman Beyond character, Terry McGinnis, exist in this new storyline? It has ties to the current DCU. They're really going to give us the definitive Batman Beyond in the DC future universe. You're going to want to check it out. I can't wait to check it out. And Bernard Chang on the art chores. Y'all know I'm a Valiant guy. He was the former artist on the Second Life of Dr. Mirage in Valiant's first incarnation of that title. I fell in love with him. I used to mimic his style when I was coming up in my artist game. You're going to expect some awesome artwork coming out of him in Batman Beyond. And Dan Jurgens, he has been an instrumental DC architect with his work on Justice League, Superman, a multitude of DC titles. A great team up of creators there. You're going to want to check out Batman Beyond number 1, my top pick. All right, guys. So these, rounding it up for June 3rd, 2015, my picks are Giant Size Little Marvel AvX number 1 from Scotty Young, Archie number 666 from DeFalco, Kennedy, Parent, and a host of creators. You're going to want to check that out. And my top pick is Batman Beyond from Dan Jurgens and Bernard Chang. Check it out, y'all. New Release Wednesday.
Welcome to New Release Wednesday for June 3rd, 2015. My name's Adam. We're here at Painted Visions in Woodbridge, Virginia, and my top 3 picks for this week are as follows. First, I got VADER number 5. Interested to see who these new people are that aren't using the Force, that are supposed to enforce the Sith protocol. So let's see what VADER and his droids can do. Next, I got Years of Future Past. Sounds a little weird, doesn't it? Days of Future Past, that's what everybody's thinking of, but this is what happens if the Sentinels won. And now we got Kate Pryde leading the X-Men against the Sentinels in New York City in this alternate dystopian timeline from Battleworld. So let's see how this one works out. And then finally, my number 1 pick for next week is going to be Secret Wars number 3. I have no idea what to expect from this book. With the last issue of Thor making the Doom Corps and all the crazy Battleworld stuff going on, I mean, if you know what's going on, feel free to let me know, because we don't know. I'm looking forward to it, though. I just know that we got Ultimate Mr. Fantastic working with the Cabal. That don't seem right, but who knows? I'm really looking forward to see what happens next and all the other Secret War titles that are coming out next week.
All right, guys, that's our show for June 5th, 2015. Some awesome picks. Right now, this is my guy, Matthew James. He's usually behind the camera, but because Brandy wasn't feeling well, we wanted to make sure she got home safe, which she did. But we thank you, Brandy, for coming out. We love you, girl. So, thank you, Matthew, for coming on.
Of course.
This dude is awesome. He does some great gaming videos. He doesn't like me to promote it too much, but I love it, man. And you should be proud of the product, bro. YouTube.com/dinosaurs. Whenever you're stuck on a game, he has some great walkthroughs. I know it's helped me, so that's why I gotta thank you, brother, because you help me when I'm stuck.
Right.
Check it out. And then my man Adam Martin over here from Painted Visions, who gives you the great deals at Painted Visions. But you know us. You watched the show. You've seen his get to know, my get to know. We'll have him do a get to know. Hopefully, if he doesn't get too shy, and we'll get in front of the camera. He's a beautiful guy, isn't he? All right,
Look at that face.
Look at that face, pretty boy. All right, guys. But because I'm a filmmaker, he's a filmmaker, and this dude loves films. We haven't talked about it in a while. It's been in theaters. It's Mad Max Fury Road, one of my top action films in quite some time.
I'm going to go ahead and say it's
got
going to be the
down
#1 action film of the summer already.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, there's
Definitely.
really no contest here
Same.
already in this summer, but I can't even think of anything that would come out for the rest of the summer that would even pose a chance,
You know what I'm
honestly.
saying? Avengers: Age of Ultron.
No.
Much respect. I'm a comics guy, and y'all know this is a comic show. Much love to that. I thought it was an okay installment, not topping the first one.
It was
really
good.
Can't compare it. It was good. It was all right. But Mad Max Fury Road.
It's not metal.
It isn't a guy with a guitar that shoots fucking flames, and they're driving through the desert, and he's just fucking chopping at it, man.
Yeah, you got to love the 2 hour.
Bad as straight up metal, yo.
Just a heavy 2
Oh, no,
hour
hold on.
chase scene.
I gotta get the horns.
I mean, you can't get it wrong. And all this controversy over the movie, just enjoy a movie.
Men's
It's
rights
amazing a
activists?
movie.
Are you for real? If you're a men's rights
Everybody is an activist
activist,
these
go
days.
kill yourself. I'm sorry, I had to say it. Go kill yourself.
Just enjoy looking at Charlize Theron's beautiful eyes
Oh my
and loving the
God.
movie.
It.
Only they can take an arm off, put grease all over her face, and you still look at her and go,
Smoke shit out. I'm sorry, we're getting really R-rated right now. I apologize, but Furiosa, Charlize Theron, you gotta say, even and while blah 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 blah, a lot of the critics were saying, and the people that are bashing the movie, it's not really Mad Max in a way. It's more of a Furiosa. They're right. I ain't gonna lie. Mad Max.
I think that movie was
it's
half and half. Either it could have been
equal
Mad
parts.
Max or it could have been Furiosa. Fury
well, you know
Road.
what? It was called Mad Max Fury's Road, and we all know now that Fury stands for Furiosa.
Yeah.
There you go. And what we know also as well, because there's been a lot of stuff coming out, that when they're coming up for this film, there was a Bible that they made because they want to really establish these characters, which they did amazingly well.
Right.
And it was announced, I think, a week ago or maybe earlier this week, that because they created all this backstory, this Bible, that we're going to get a Furiosa standalone film and another Mad Max film that led up to this, and it'll be prequel in a way, from what I understand. I know you're tuned into some of that film stuff as well.
I haven't heard about that.
Was that not?
But I'm not.
Check us out, see if we're
yeah.
right. Google it.
And if anybody knows where Mad
definitely-
Max fits in the timeline of the movies, let me know.
Yeah. I think either of those characters could have held their own movie,
True.
with or without, Furiosa or Mad Max. Either one could have easily had
I
their own
mean,
movie.
even
so,
Nux was great.
Oh,
Yeah,
nuts.
the
Valhalla.
costume designing in this movie was just
Today
Out
will
of-
be a good day.
out of the park.
Insane. Favorite moment of the film, guy?
The fight scene on top of the stereo truck when the guy gets his guitar back. That's all he wanted. Just his guitar back.
I think the hardest part about finding a particular moment that you really love in this movie is it felt like just one big moment.
Very true.
Yeah, you never had a chance to take a
One
breath.
long ass car chase.
But I think if I had to come up with kind of a part of the movie that I really loved, it was towards the end where they're fighting Nux or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I don't know names. I'm really bad with them. And then she pulls off his jaw or whatever that was.
Emperor
Immortan Joe.
Immortan Joe.
Yeah.
Immortan Joe.
Immortan.
Immortan Joe.
Immortan.
Yeah. Who was
So I guess we're all
in the
wrong.
original. We're
Yeah,
all
fun
messed
fact,
up.
that was the same actor that did Toe Cutter.
Exactly. That's what I was getting ready to say.
I know.
Spot on.
His mask and everything, that is just
Oh, also, highly recommend you see it in
Insane.
3D. They don't do any 3D cheesy. They just make it so it's a nice, in-depth, fully immersive movie.
Exactly. We always are kind of skeptical with these 3D movies. It's not always done right. Surprisingly so.
None of this.
Yeah, real 3D, IMAX 3D. If you can catch it, awesome. From as a filmmaker standpoint, I loved it.
Yeah.
There were moments of quiet. The shots that they chose. That scene when I think they were going through the desert. It was dark blue, and then just
I really loved
Furiosa
that
and Max
they
were
weren't
in
afraid
color.
to get really interesting color.
Yes.
The color grading. They had very orange, and then at night is very blue. Almost too blue for me.
Yeah.
I don't really like too cool in my movies. I really do like movies where it is cool.
Yeah.
In the color scheme, but in this it was like maybe a little bit too cool for me, but still like that was like kind of like the theme of the movie. Like it was very orange in the daytime. It was very blue at night, like very dark, very just like really good.
I want to say fundamentally,
cinematic eye candy.
Fundamentally, it's close to a perfect movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have one complaint.
Yeah.
And going back to practical effects and CGI, they really went old school on us. And CGI was there, but only to make the explosions even bigger and to give us a body.
I do think there was actually a lot of CGI in like the car because I remember the first trailer that came out, like there was like maybe like 10 cars in like one of the shots where they were all coming like this way. And the camera's right here.
Yeah.
And then like another trailer came out and it was the same shot, but there was like 50 cars.
10 more cars.
So like
they extended it out though, but for the most part,
but
though.
like you got your hero
For all we
things
know, they could just be using real footage to expand it, so it's not really CGI completely.
either way, like, I still think,
Yeah.
like I don't think if I didn't tell somebody that they would have went in.
Oh,
doing
no.
that, you know,
Yeah.
so like it's.
And yes, the speaker car is real. That was fully functional prop that they made.
I think all of us love the guitar guy.
Yeah.
With the flaming guitar, that's just so wicked, just so metal. Furiosa, the characters, I'm okay with. My man Tom Hardy is Mad Max. You know, there's
For
a lot
all
of
of
people
the
that
15
were
lines that he
saying
had.
true.
Hey, he grunted a lot.
You know.
I actually really like all the masks in the movie, especially like the mask he had, like the I don't know, like the muzzle, and then like the mask, like I said, for Joe, just like so great.
Yeah.
All the costume designing.
They definitely found a way to take a guy that is old, weak, and frail and make him look infinitely intimidating.
Yeah.
I love that they were brave enough as well because of that muzzle stuff that your star is Mad Max, but they kept the muzzle because you wouldn't, you know, you really didn't
it's
hear
not
it.
like he's not.
You know?
I think that's one of the things that's like really sucks about Tom Hardy, or for Tom Hardy, is just like he always gets put in a mask. But like he's a great actor. Like it's not like he can't hold something without it.
Check out Bronson.
And
that other one with James Gandolfini. I think it's The Drop.
No. I'm thinking of this movie where it's
That's another one though.
It's an indie movie and it literally takes
Bronson.
place in a car. It's just Tom Hardy driving in a car. I can't think of the name for Locke. There we go. Locke. That movie is. I know it sounds really ridiculous, like a movie that's literally an hour and a half in a car, but like, it's just he's got something he has to do.
Okay.
And like it's him taking care of everything he has to get done on his way to this thing that he has to do. Like
We
if
got
you haven't
something to
seen
watch,
that,
man.
Lawless is also a really good movie. Just ignore the Shia LaBeouf parts.
Yeah, Shia.
But the Tom Hardy scenes are, oh my god.
Lawless, Locke, Bronson. If y'all haven't seen Bronson, you got to tune into Bronson. And The Drop with Gandolfini. I think that's the name of it. Tom Hardy. But Furiosa, now let's switch, if we can switch back to her. And I know we're probably going a little long, but we just loved Mad Max. Dude, that arm, y'all know I run a cosplay group, Cost Love. I'm going to do a gender bend on that and like shave it all off, dude. And then try and figure out some cool way I could kind of do that cybernetic arm and rock it out. And then maybe get a group of dudes to just be the
War Boys.
The War Boys. To Valhalla.
To Valhalla, man.
All right, we're going to go to Valhalla right now. Okay, thank you for tuning in. The New Release Wednesday show. Check out youtube.com/dinosaurs and the Keywhole Media Group. These are my dudes. My man Matthew, he's the man. Painted Visions, if you don't have a comic pool box subscription and you live in the DC area, you're going to want to go to Painted Visions. They give you the best books. The books are top notch. They're in the good quality. They're not all messed up like some of these other shops. When you get your books in, you're gonna like, did you just pull it out of a paper bag? These guys take care of you. They bag and board. They take good care of the books.
and they get more than 2 in stock.
Hello.
So you can come the next day and actually still be able to get your book. It's pretty impressive stuff, you know.
Preach. As well as Amazing Comic Shop, who also are
Same
our
thing.
sponsors. Good guys, great people. Love it. Thank you all for tuning in. Remember to like us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/New Release Wednesday. And subscribe on YouTube, y'all. Please let us know how you feel in the comments, but subscribe. That keeps us going. That lets these guys know to keep on sponsoring us and all the other people we're trying to bring on board. We got a lot of good things coming out your way. So thank you all. We appreciate it. New Release Wednesday, guys. For Matthew, myself, and Adam, we love you guys.
Peace.